Dear learner, I welcome you in this MOOC course on Principles of Electrical Sciences. Myself, Dr. Sanjay Agrawal, Associate Professor in Electrical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU, New Delhi. After the completion of this session, you will be able to understand what is pure resistive, pure inductive, and pure capacitive circuit, how the component resistance, inductance, and capacitance behave when placed in AC circuit. At the same time, you will also be able to understand what is the relation between the voltage and current in pure resistive, pure inductive, and pure capacitive circuits. And you can also understand after the completion of this session what power is consumed by this component and what is the behavior of this component when connected in series, that is what is the behavior of resistance and inductance circuit, RC circuit and RLC circuit when connected across single phase AC supply. So here you can see in the figure A that reference current waveform has been shown. Here you can see that current is flowing with respect to time, and here you can see that at omega t equal to 0, the value of current is 0. At omega t equal to pi by 2, current is a maximum. And similarly, at omega t equal to 2 pi, current is again 0. So here you can see if the current waveform of figure A is assumed to be reference wave, then figure B shows the lagging current, and this current can be written as I is equal to Im sine omega t minus phi. So this equation shows that current is lagging or running behind the reference wave by an angle phi. Now we have to understand leading current by an angle phi. Figure C shows the leading current by an angle phi by the reference wave of figure A, and this current can be written as I is equal to Im sine omega t plus phi, where phi is showing that this current is leading with reference current by angle phi, as you can see in figure C. Now we have to understand complex representation of alternating quantities. Alternating quantities are represented by complex number. So it can be understood by rectangular or Cartesian representation. Any alternating quantity can be represented in complex form with real and imaginary part. Like suppose current can be written as A plus JB and voltage can be written as C plus JD. So A is a real component and B is a imaginary component in current. Similarly, for the voltage equation here, C is a real component and D is a imaginary component, where this J can be written as under root minus 1, which gives the rotation through 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So as A is a real part in this equation and B is a imaginary part. Now representation of alternating quantity on complex plane. In complex plane, x-axis represents the real axis. It can be termed as a reference axis also, and y-axis represents the imaginary axis, or you can say j-axis. Figure shows the representation of the complex quantity on complex plane. Now we have to understand the polar representation. Any alternating quantity can be represented in polar form, that is in magnitude and angle form, and it can be written as I equal to R1 theta 1, and voltage equation can be written as R2 theta 2. So suppose you have to convert rectangular to polar representation. So this, what is a R1? R1 is nothing but it is a square B square under root. And what is this A and B? This current I can be written as A plus JB. Then this rectangular form can be converted into polar form. That is R1 equal to A square B square under root. Now we have to understand what is this angle theta 1, because we are representing current I is equal to R1 theta 1. So theta 1 is nothing but it is a tan inverse B upon A. Similarly, you can write the equation for the voltage also, because in the previous slide V2 was represented as C plus JD. So now this rectangular form you have to convert into polar form. So what is the value of this R2? Value of R2 can be written as C square plus D square under root. Now we have to find out the value of theta 2. Theta 2 can be written as tan inverse D upon C. Now you have a value of R2 and you have a value theta 2. So this voltage can be represented in polar form where V is equal to R2 theta 2. In this way, rectangular quantities A plus JB and C plus JD can be converted into corresponding polar form, that is R1 theta 1 and R2 theta 2. Here you can see that how you can show in the phasor form also. So because this theta 1 is representing that this particular value is leading with the reference value by an angle theta 1, and where R1 is a magnitude. So this OA, the length of OA is showing the magnitude, which can be written as R1, and this theta 1 is showing the phase angle, which is leading with the reference quantity. Now, how you can convert polar to rectangular form? So polar form, suppose you have a polar form R1 theta 1. So it can also be written as R1 e to the power j theta 1. Then by the Euler's theorem, R1 e to the power j theta 1 can be written as R1, which is a magnitude in bracket cos theta 1 plus j sin theta 1. Now suppose you are multiplying this R1 with cos theta 1 and j theta 1, so it can be written as R1 cos theta 1 plus j R1 sin theta 1. So what will be the value of A1? A1 can be written as R1 cos theta 1 and B can be written as R1 sin theta 1. Now we have to understand the AC through pure resistive circuit. Here you can see in the figure that there is a one resistance is connected across the sinusoidal voltage, that is V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and here current I is flowing through this resistance. Let the alternating voltage applied across the circuit be given by the equation V is equal to Bm sin omega t. So what will be the value of this resultant current? The value of resultant current is equal to what? Voltage divided by resistance. And what is this value of this voltage? It is Bm sin omega t, and value of resistance is R. So this I can be written as Bm sin omega t upon R. You can say this is equation number 1. Now the value of current will be maximum when omega t equal to 90 degree. So sin omega t is equal to 1 because sin 90 is 1. So this maximum current can be written as Im is equal to Bm upon R. Now you put the value of Im in equation number 1. So it can be written as I equal to Im sin omega t, where Im is the maximum current flowing through the resistance in pure resistive circuit. From voltage and current equation number 1 and 2, it is clear that there is no phase difference between the applied voltage and the current flowing through pure resistive circuit, that is phase angle between the voltage and current is 0. The phasor diagram and wave diagram are shown in figure A and B respectively. Hence, in AC circuit containing pure resistance, current is in phase with voltage. So phase angle between voltage and current is 0. So you can say cos theta is equal to 1 because angle theta is 0, so cos 0 is 1. Now we have to understand what is the power in pure resistive circuit. So any power, that is instantaneous power, P can be written as V into I. What is the value of this V? V can be written as Bm sin omega t and I can be written as Im sin omega t. Then what will be the value of this product? It can be written as Bm Im upon 2 sin square omega t, because you are multiplying 2 in numerator and denominator. So this instantaneous power P can be written as Bm Im upon 2 into 2 sin square omega t. And this can also be written as Bm upon under root 2 into Im upon under root 2. 2 sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t. So after the solving, you will get the expression Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 minus Bm upon root 2 Im upon root 2 into cos 2 omega t. So average power consumed in the circuit over a complete cycle can be written as, that is capital P is equal to average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 minus average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 cos omega t. So here you can see that average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 cos omega t can be written as 0. So total power P can be written as Brms into Irms minus 0, or you can say that power is equal to voltage into current. So in pure resistive circuits, the power that you get, it is a product of voltage and current only. Now we have to see the alternating current through pure inductive circuit. What will be the behavior when their pure inductor is connected across voltage V is equal to Bm sin omega t. So as a result, when you are connecting voltage across pure inductor, there will be one voltage, and this voltage E can be written as E equal to minus L di over dt. This induced EMF is equal and opposite to the applied voltage. So what you can write, this applied voltage V can be written as equal to minus E. So just put the value of E. What is the value of E? Value of E is minus L di over dt. So here minus and minus will be cancelled out. So applied voltage can be written as V equal to L di over dt. Or you can also write Bm sin omega t equal to L di over dt. So what will be the value of di? This can be written as di equal to Bm upon L sin omega t. Now you integrate both the side, left hand side and right hand side. So it can be written as integration of di equal to integration of Bm upon L sin omega t dt. So after the integration, what the value you will get, it can be written as I equal to Bm upon omega L minus cos omega t. This cos omega t can also be written as sin omega t minus pi by 2 with minus sign. So minus minus will be cancelled out. So current flowing through pure inductor can be written as I equal to Bm upon omega L sin omega t minus pi by 2. This omega L can be replaced as a XL. So what will be the value of current I? I can be written as Bm upon XL sin omega t minus pi by 2. Now the value of current will be maximum when this sin omega t minus pi by 2 is equal to 1. So if you are assuming that sin omega t minus pi by 2 equal to 1, so at that moment, whatever the current flowing through pure inductor, it will be the maximum current. And what will be the value of that maximum current? This maximum current Im is equal to Bm upon XL, where Vm is a maximum voltage. So you can write the final expression for the current that is flowing through pure inductor. It can be written as I equal to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. So with this equation, what you can conclude, that if you are assuming that Bm is reference voltage, that means current is lagging with respect to voltage by 90 degree. Here you can see in the phasor diagram also. And you can also see the wave diagram for the voltage, current and power in given figure. Now we have to find out the power in the pure inductive circuit. So instantaneous power P can be written as small b into I. Now what is the value of this small b? It can be written as small b equal to Bm sin omega t, and value of current is what? Value of current in pure inductive circuit can be written as Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. Now you product these two quantities, so it will be Bm Im sin omega t into cos omega t. Now you multiply it by 2 and divide by 2. So it can be written as Bm Im upon 2 into 2 sin omega t cos omega t. So how you can replace this 2 sin omega t cos omega t? It can be written as sin 2 omega t. And so final expression for instantaneous power can be written as Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into sin 2 omega t. So average power consumed in the circuit over a complete cycle can be written as capital P equal to average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into sin 2 omega 2. So it is equal to 0, because for the complete one cycle, value of this sin 2 omega t is equal to 0. So average power that is coming for the pure inductive circuit, it is coming equal to 0. Now we have to see the behavior of the alternating current through pure capacitive circuit. So here you can see that pure capacitor is connected across the supply voltage, that is V is equal to Bm sin omega t. So charge on the capacitor at any instant can be written as Q is equal to C into B, where C is a capacitance of the capacitor and V is the applied voltage. So what will be the value of the current flowing through this circuit, which is flowing through the capacitor? It can be written as I equal to dq over dt. And what is the value of this q? Q can be replaced as CV. So current can be written as I equal to dCV over dt. So this can also be written as I equal to d over dt C Bm sin omega t. So what you are doing, just you are replacing value of the voltage V is equal V by Bm sin omega t. So finally you can write current flowing through the circuit is equal to C Vm d sin omega t over dt. So after the solving this expression, you can write I equal to omega C Bm cos omega t, or you can write Bm upon 1 upon omega C sin omega t plus pi by 2. So 1 upon omega C is what? Basically it is a Xc, or you can say it is a capacitive reactance, because Xc is equal to what? 1 upon omega C. So just you replace 1 upon omega C by capital X suffix C. So it can be written as current I equal to Bm upon Xc sin omega t plus pi by 2. So where Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C is the opposition offered to the flow of AC by a pure capacitor, and it is called capacitive reactance. So capacitive reactance Xc is equal to what? 1 upon omega C. And where is omega? Omega is nothing but it can be written as 2 pi f. So Xc is equal to 1 upon 2 pi fc. Now you have to find out the maximum value of the current flowing through pure capacitor. It can be calculated as when the value of sin omega t plus pi by 2 equal to 1, then current flowing through that pure capacitive circuit will be the maximum current, and it can be written as Im is equal to Bm upon Xc. Now you put this value in given expression of the current. So this expression for current I can be written as I equal to Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So you can see that means current flowing through pure capacitive circuit is lagging with respect to the voltage by angle 90 degree. Now we have to calculate the power in pure capacitive circuit. What will be the value of power in pure capacitive circuit? So this instantaneous power P can be written as small b multiplied by current small I. And what is the value of this small b? This can be replaced as Bm sin omega t, and value of this small I is equal to what? Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So after the solving, this equation can also be written as Bm Im sin omega t cos omega t. Why? Because sin omega t plus pi by 2 can be written as cos omega t. Now you multiply 2 in numerator and divide by 2 in denominator. So it can be written as Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 sin 2 omega t. So it can be written as Bm upon under root 2 into Im upon under root 2 sin 2 omega t. So average power over a complete cycle will be equal to 0. Hence average power consumed in pure capacitive circuit is also 0, like a pure inductive circuit. Here you can see the phasor diagram. So on the reference quantity, that is a capacitive voltage, is shown on the horizontal axis, and from the equation of the current you have already observed that current is leading with respect to the voltage by 90 degree, and here you can see the waveform of the voltage and current in the given figure. Here you can see that current is leading with respect to the voltage by angle pi by 2, or you can say 90 degree. Now we have to see the behavior of the circuit when resistance and inductance are connected in series. So we are going to discuss about RL series circuit. So here you can see that is a pure resistance and pure inductor L are connected in series, which are connected across the supply voltage V is equal to Bm sin omega t, where voltage V suffix R is the voltage across the resistance, and voltage VL across the pure inductor, that is VL, and current I is flowing through the resistance and inductance because both the elements are connected in series. So here you can see in the phasor diagram, because current is the same current is flowing in the resistance and inductance, so you can say that you can take I as a reference quantity. So you draw the phasor of the current on the horizontal axis, which has been shown in the figure I, and it can be you can see that whatever the voltage across resistance R, it is denoted by R, it will be in same phase with the current I, because in pure resistive circuit voltage and current are in same phase. But in voltage across pure inductor is VL, So you have already observed in pure inductive circuit that current lags with respect to the voltage by 90 degree, or you can say in reverse of this that voltage lead with respect to current by 90 degree. So here you can see in the phasor this BR voltage in phase with the current I, and voltage BL is leading with 90 degree with current I, which has been shown by BL, or you can say by AB. So this OA is the voltage across pure resistance, and voltage BL, which has been shown by AB, is across pure inductor. So this OB quantity is showing the total voltage B across resistance and inductor. So by applying the Pythagoras theorem, you can also calculate this voltage V. It can be calculated as V equal to BR square plus BL square under root. So now you put the value of BR as a I into R, and value of VL can be written as I into XL, where XL is a inductive reactance across of the inductor and IR is the voltage drop across pure inductor. So now this I square, it can be written as I square into R square plus XL square. So this I can be taken outside. So it can be written as B equal to I under root R square plus XL square. Now you can also calculate the value of this current. So value of the current flowing through this RL circuit can be written as I equal to B upon under root R square plus XL square. It can also be written as B upon Z, where what is the value of Z? Value of Z is under root R square plus XL square. Now we have to find out the phase angle in case of RL series circuit. So from the phasor diagram shown in the figure, it is clear that current in this circuit lags behind the applied voltage by angle phi, called the phase angle. So this phase angle can be calculated as tan phi equal to what? VL upon VR. And what is the value of VL? VL, value of this VL is equal to I into XL, and value of VR is equal to I into R. So this I will be cancelled out from the numerator and denominator. So it can be written as XL upon R. So what will be the value of phase angle? The value of phase angle can be written as phi equal to tan inverse XL upon R. Now we have to find out the power in RL series circuit. So if you are applying the voltage B, that can be written as Bm sin omega t. So equation of the current flowing in this circuit can be written as I equal to Im sin omega t minus phi, where phi is the phase angle between voltage and current. So instantaneous power can be written as P equal to V into Y. Now put the value of V and I in this equation. So value of V is equal to what? Bm sin omega t, and value of I is equal to what? Im sin omega t minus phi. So it can be written as Bm Im upon 2 into 2 sin omega t multiplied by sin omega t minus phi. So this can also be written as Bm Im upon 2 can be replaced as Bm upon under root 2 into Im upon under root 2. And this 2 sin omega t minus phi can be written as cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi. So this can also be written as Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into cos phi minus product of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into cos 2 omega t minus phi. So average power consumed in the circuit over a complete cycle can be written as P equal to average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into cos phi minus average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 cos 2 omega t minus phi. So here you can see the second part, that is average of Bm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 cos 2 omega t minus phi can be written as 0. So average power consumed in the circuit over a complete cycle can be written as P equal to Bm upon root 2 Im upon root 2 cos phi. This Bm upon root 2 is what? Basically it is a RMS value of the voltage, and Im upon root 2 is a IRMS current. So it can be written as P equal to BRMS into IRMS into cos phi. So simply it is always denoted as P equal to VI cos phi, where cos phi is also called the power factor of the circuit. So from the phasor diagram, this cos phi can be written as VR upon V, and value of VR is equal to what? Current multiplied by resistance, and value of the total voltage connected across RL can be written as V equal to I into Z. So this I will be cancelled out. So this cos phi can be written as R upon Z, where R is the resistance of the circuit and Z is the impedance of the circuit, where Z is can be written as under root R square plus XL square. So this power P can be written as Bi cos phi. Now you multiplied Z in numerator and divide by Z also. So this can be written as I into Z into I into R upon Z. So this I into I can be written as I square and Z will be cancelled out. So equation of power can be written as I square R. So this equation shows that power is actually consumed in resistance only. Inductance does not consume any power. Now we have to understand what is the impedance triangle. So in the phasor diagram you can say the phasor diagram of the RL series circuit. So OA is representing the voltage across pure resistance, that is VR is equal to IR. This AB is representing the voltage across pure inductor, that is BL can be written as I into XL. And this OA is showing the total voltage connected across resistance and inductance. It can be written as V equal to IZ. So these I terms are common in OA, AB and OB. So it can be cancelled out. So this phasor diagram of RL series circuit can be converted into impedance triangle, where you can see in the figure 2. So this OA is representing the resistance, AB is representing the XL, that is inductive reactance, and OB dash is representing the Z, which is showing the impedance of the circuit. So a right angle triangle whose base represents circuit resistance, perpendicular represents circuit reactance, and hypotenuse represents circuit impedance is called an impedance triangle. The concept of impedance triangle is useful since it enables us to calculate first the impedance of the circuit, where Z can be written as under root R square plus X square. Second, the power factor of the circuit, that cos phi can be written as ratio of resistance to the impedance. And third one is a phase angle, that is phi. Phi can be calculated as phi equal to tan inverse XL upon R. So dear learner, in this particular session we have discussed the behavior of pure resistive circuit, behavior of pure inductive circuit, and behavior of pure capacitive circuit. At the same time, we have also observed what is the behavior when resistance and inductance are connected in series, when it is connected across the supply voltage B equal to Bm sin omega t. And we have also seen what is the behavior of RC series circuit, and for this we have calculated what is the value of voltage, what is the value of current, and what will be the power in pure resistive circuit, what will be the value of power in pure capacitive circuit, and what will be the power in RL series circuit, and what will be the power in RC series circuit. At the same time, we have also discussed the phasor diagram for all the circuit, whether it is a resistive circuit, whether it is pure capacitive circuit or pure inductive circuit. And we have also discussed how the phasor diagram is drawn for pure RL series circuit and RC series circuit. Thank you so much.